I had worked for 20 years in corporate HR, mostly in manufacturing in Scotland, and to be honest, my husband's a wee bit older than me and he's heading for retirement soon, and I wanted something that gave me flexibility, that gave me the chance to decide that if we wanted to go and work for 4 weeks in Spain when Gordon was retired, then we could. So ideally it was that flexibility and not being tied to an office 40 hours a week was what I was really looking for when I became a travel counsellor. It's a massive risk, so I went from being in like a kind of strategic leadership role with a very, very good salary to essentially nothing. When I had my first chat with the recruitment team, it took me just over a year to get my ducks in a row and make sure everything was set up so that I could give my business the best possible chance that it could. But I'm not going to lie, it was very scary going from a really good salary to essentially nothing with just my husband supporting me, which is something that I'm not used to and I've never had to rely on anybody before. But I don't regret it for a second. I'm nowhere near close to what I was on before, but I think you can't judge your first year based on salary alone. You've got to judge it on that work-life balance as well. But I do think for that year, so when I had my initial chat, I thought, right, I need to save up money, so I can't just, I can't just go from having a salary to nothing. But I was really, really lucky in the sense that I had a huge network of people. So my business started in the November and I get my first commission, albeit very small commission, in the January. So I think that you've got to have your ducks in a row and you've got to have something behind you, whether it's a year's salary, whether it's people know their own lives, so if they've got a good bit of money behind them, that takes away a bit of the stress of trying to build that business, so you don't put too much pressure on yourself, because you're doing this to not have the working pressure, if you get what I mean. So
yep.
I definitely think having something behind you, understanding what you need to have to cover your bills, your mortgage, etc. over that first couple of years is really important for people who are looking at taking a step. It's been tougher in the sense that I worked in HR for 20 years, so I was good at what I did. I knew I was the mentor, I taught people, I brought people through. So going from knowing your field very well to going back right to the very beginning is terrifying. It's that whole change curve where you're doing something completely new. But I gave myself time, and when things went wrong, that's where one of the reasons that I knew Travel Counsellors was right for me, because the support that you get is phenomenal. So things do go wrong, and things go wrong probably more often than what customers realise. But the support that you've got there to say, no, it's fine, this is how we fix it, because I don't know how to fix it. I'm so new that I don't know. But there's always somebody there who'll pick up the phone to you, who'll speak to you, who'll talk you down off a ledge when things are hard. But I do think the first year for me has gone incredibly well, better than what I thought, if I'm being honest, and I still can't quite believe it sometimes, but I'm not very good at saying that I've done really well. It's just in my nature not to big myself up, but I have done really well, and I'm really proud of what I've achieved in my first year, and I just had to think about now, right, how do I make that better